Hello everyone, I'm Megan.
And I'm Kristen.
And we're the sisters that don't do anything. And today we're going to be watching The Reluctant Dragon.
Reluctantly.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's actually a collection of, I believe, 4 or 5 short Disney animated
shorts.
Features basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to watch that today and we'll get back to you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm still Megan.
I am Kristen.
And we're the sisters that don't do anything. And we just finished watching The Reluctant Dragon.
And a couple other shorts.
Well, yeah, basically The Reluctant Dragon is part of this film anthology. Well, film anthology. They were like 4 short film things. But it started with The Reluctant Dragon, which was the most flamboyant dragon I've ever seen in my entire life. He wrote poetry and tiptoed around, and he just simply loved being himself.
He had picnics and things like that.
He liked jam sandwiches. And the knight, Sir Giles, who, Giles was clearly taking a break from helping train Buffy to fight this dragon.
This is him when he got a little older, no longer mustache.
Exactly. But he, Sir Giles, was also quite the bard. And essentially this is a story about a dragon that doesn't like to fight because he could possibly get hurt, which I respect that.
Me too.
Same, though. But there's a little boy whose father sees him and goes, oh no, there's a dragon, we have to kill him. And so the little boy, the knight, Sir Giles, and the dragon all come up with this plan to make it look like the dragon and the knight fought. And then the knight reformed the dragon. And then they became friends. And
they put on a
great.
Fake act and pretended to fight. And now the dragon gets to live with Sir Giles in the village. And they lived happily ever after.
But they're just friends. Nothing more. Nothing more. Despite what the noises from the cave told you, they are only friends. So that was The Reluctant Dragon. I really liked that one a lot. I particularly liked, it's weird, I liked the little tiny pictures that the animators drew of themselves at the beginning more than anything, though. Because, they're pretty creepy. 1940s animators, you got some creepy drawings, not gonna lie. So yeah, I enjoyed The Reluctant Dragon. That was a pretty good one, even though I spent most of the...
Wait, what?
Yeah, my jaw was kind of just okay. The entire time, I wasn't sure what I was watching.
Yeah, I was I was not expecting this. This was the unexpected Reluctant Dragon.
Yeah. So then the second Disney short was Ferdinand, based off of the book Ferdinand. And if you guys,
Ferdinand the Bull.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Ferdinand, he's a bull that doesn't like to fight. He just likes to sit there under his favorite cork tree and smell the flowers. And we say it like that because the narrator said it like that 80 different times. So the idea behind this is he doesn't like to fight, and all of the other bulls love to fight, and their dream was to go to Madrid and be in a bullfight. And the people from Spain came, and they're looking to find the biggest, meanest bull, and poor Ferdinand, he went to sit under his cork tree, and he sat on a bee, much like my brother has in the past, and it stung him in the butt. Unlike my brother, the bull... Ferdinand took off running, broke a tree, broke a gate, and the people were like, okay, that's the bull for us. So they take him to Madrid to be a bullfighter, but of course Ferdinand just wants to sit there and smell the flowers. And
a lady throws a bouquet of flowers to the matador. And Ferdinand sees this, and he goes out, and he just starts smelling this bouquet. And the matador is screaming and throwing a temper tantrum.
Because he didn't get to show off his sword skills, and that just wasn't fair. He wanted to do some killing that day. I believe it ended with Ferdinand just going back.
Ferdinand sniffed the matador's flowery tattoo.
Yeah, he had a tattoo on his chest that said Daisy, and it was
he
Daisy.
Ripped open
He
his
didn't just
shirt.
sniff it, though. He licked the matador's chest. He was just like, wah.
And so then they took Ferdinand back home, and he got to just sit under the cork tree. Which actually grew corks.
I know, that was weird.
That was weird, but I mean, I guess a cork tree.
I appreciated this one for the fact that they had a moment where the mom, came over and talked to Ferdinand and was like, why don't you go play? When he was a baby, she's like, why don't you go play with the other bulls? And he says, oh no, I'm happy to just sit here. And it said, because she was a kind and understanding mother that knew it took all types, she just accepted Ferdinand for who he was. And I thought that was very progressive until the next line was, though she was just a cow. Because, cows are women. So though she was just a lowly woman, she could accept someone. I'm not actually sure that's what they meant, but that is how it came across. I didn't like that one as much as the Reluctant Dragon, but it wasn't bad. It existed.
And then Goliath II came on. And it annoyed Megan so much. So basically, it's about the elephants in the Jungle Book. So they reused a lot of animation, I think, in these, or at least the characters, because TikTok from Peter Pan was in here, the crocodile.
The bird from Alice in Wonderland.
At least the movement when she has to collect her eggs.
Yeah.
And then the elephants, the Goliath II was a teeny elephant that kept switching sizes between being about an inch tied to his dad's toe high. So
his toenail.
So it would go from to depending on the scene. And he was a small little 8-year-old elephant, and his dad didn't like him because he wasn't as big as him. And his mom was always having to save this little elephant child. But in the end, even though he ran away and disappointed the herd, and this tiger was trying to eat him the whole time, which was the funniest and cutest thing. His name is
Raja. But he's all gangly, so this is before he ran away and became Princess Jasmine's pet.
Yeah, and more buffer.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. As soon as he was with Princess Jasmine, he was getting regular meals.
That's true. And not getting beaten up.
Because the end of it was he was never seen again.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, he just went off and was like, I'm gonna live in a palace. Forget you. I don't need to eat your tiny elephants.
I loved it when he and the mom elephant were looking for Goliath in the tall grass. You would see him. It's like that scene in the Sword in the Stone, where Mad Madam pops her snake head out of the hole, and Merlin's trying to grab her every other second. I love that kind of humor.
It did have some good animation humor in parts of it. What drove me nuts was just Goliath himself, Goliath 2, the little elephant, because the entire time he's like, I'm big and strong. I don't need anybody. I can do what I want. And then 2 seconds later, Mother, help me, Mother. And I'm just like, shut up, tiny thing.
Anyway, so Goliath the First is leading the herd, and they're all mad at Goliath the Second, and they come across a mouse, and the mouse scares them and whatnot. And all the elephants get scared and run away, except for Goliath the Second, who stands up to the little mouse. And then the mouse is like, gonna murder this little elephant child. And he even said that until they get into a fight, and then Goliath the Second wins. And he is given the highest honor by sitting on his dad's head, march.
I would like to point out that most of the story's issues would have been solved if the mom would have just carried Goliath 2 on her head in the first place.
True.
Which is because the biggest issue is he keeps wandering off. He sees a snail and he's like, oh, I'm gonna look at that. Or, oh, there's a butterfly. Oh, I better go follow that. And in doing so, he almost gets eaten by TikTok. He almost gets eaten by Raja. He almost gets stepped on. And the mom is yelling at the other elephants like, oh, watch where you're going. And she's just so worried about him all the time. And again, it would have been solved if she would have just carried him, but she refused to do that, and I don't know why.
He was also 7, I think, so
whatever. I don't care.
So that's how Goliath the Second ended. And then we watched Johnny Appleseed.
Okay,
which
background.
is different from the historic view.
Yeah, let's go into a little historic background from what I have been told about Johnny Appleseed, historically speaking, in most folklore, he's known as he was in the cartoon, which is this guy who went around and preached to people, brought, religion, Christianity specifically, to, the rest of the West, and planted apple trees and brought all these people together. Now,
I liked this when I was younger.
From what I have been told and the little bit of research that I have been able to do on this, the actual historical context of Johnny Appleseed.
You're like,
Yeah. So basically, back during that time, there was this idea that if an apple orchard started growing on like a particular land, then the government could come and claim it, or be like, okay, well, settlers need to settle there. And so from what I understand, they sent out John Chapman, I believe is his name, to plant these apple orchards on Native American land and on land that wasn't settled, so that settlers could, the government would be like, that's ours now, that's our land. So yeah, I've only done a little bit of research.
But the cartoon was cute.
Yes, the cartoon was cute in a really weird way. It was
No, I was wondering why he left his, already apple orchard there.
Yeah, he had, a thriving apple orchard farm in Pittsburgh and was watching all these people go west, and he wanted to go west too, but he was scrawny and couldn't do it. So his guardian angel shows up and sings a song about how...
I like it, because he goes, no, to him at one point, but he's, flying with his feet, so this was him. It's wee!
The way...
Just the way he floated.
She laughed for
It was so funny.
But so they sing a song together about how did it go? It was, get those apple trees a-growing, there's a lot of work out there to do.
And then they sing about all the recipes, or the things you can make with apples, like applesauce and apple
fritters, apple dumplings, apple critters.
I mean, you could carve things into this apple. You can make voodoo dolls. Yeah. If you dry them, they look like shrunken heads. That's what I want.
There you go.
Shrunken heads. That is different than voodoo dolls.
Yeah. So anyway, so Johnny Appleseed listens to his guardian angel and leaves his thriving apple orchard farm with just a bag of seeds, a Bible, and a pot on his head.
Because you can turn that over and boil water and things like that.
I mean, fair. But he didn't bring food.
No.
Supposedly didn't bring a knife or a gun, which is how all the animals of the forest knew that he was a genuine good person. And he made friends with the bears and the skunks and the cougars.
And Dale from Chip and Dale.
Yeah, Dale from Chip and Dale was there. And he just spent 40 years walking around, planting apple seeds, making all these orchards grow. And settlers would come and know that through Johnny's faith they could do it.
And then he's sleeping under this beautiful, there's this picturesque
apple orchard, and he's under this tree, and the animals are all cuddling with him. It's so sweet. And then he's dead. So
his angel comes and pulls his soul out.
Yeah, and Johnny's just
he doesn't know he's dead yet. And then he's like, let's get this. And they're like,
the angel calls it his husk. He's like, who's that man sleeping over there? Well, Johnny, that's just your husk.
You don't need that. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay by my dead body.
Yeah. So then but the angel bribes him into heaven by going, we don't have in heaven apple trees for some reason. So all those clouds that you see in the sky that are dotted and all, those aren't clouds. Those are apple blossoms, just in case y'all didn't know.
I think it was just really sad because, so the raccoon was cuddling next to him, and all I thought was when this raccoon
wakes up,
yes,
it's gonna be like, my friend is dead. I should eat him now.
That too.
Because I am a trash can panda, and trash can pandas eat everything. So that was the last one.
By the way, this is a bug.
This is not a trash can panda.
I mean, technically, he kind of is a trash can.
Yeah.
He's just not a panda.
Yeah, he's a trash can pug.
He's a trash can.
So that was The Reluctant Dragon, which is actually called, the DVD is called Disney Classics Volume 6. Apparently there's 5 other volumes that
We haven't watched.
I might eventually get. I don't know. But this was just the next on the list because this was made in, I didn't actually look it up. I believe it was 1941, I want to say is when this one came out. Because it came out the year after Fantasia and Pinocchio. So that was The Reluctant Dragon.
And the 4 other shorts.
Yeah. I liked The Reluctant Dragon. I liked the idea of Johnny Appleseed.
Yes.
I was indifferent towards Ferdinand, and I hated Goliath too.
I remembered I have a fondness for the cartoon of Johnny Appleseed because I liked it as a child.
Yeah.
Again, history is so much more different than Disney makes it.
History is written by the winners, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and The Reluctant Dragon was a pleasant surprise. Ferdinand the Bull, it was kind of just there.
Yeah.
And I really liked Raja in the Goliath too.
Raja saved it for her.
Other than that, it was just, it was like if the Jungle Book and Peter Pan were all had a baby, and they were in this small short together.
We did have a Disney death in this one. Technically, it wasn't a villain death, but we got to see Johnny Appleseed die. Like he just died, and his soul
under
came
that
out.
Tree.
So yeah, there was a Disney death in this one. A favorite song?
I think it was that. Da, 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 da.
There's a lot of work out there to do. There's a lot of work to do. I agree, although the one that I remember from that one the most is The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. Yeah.
We used to sing that
all the time.
But when we were kids, we went to school, and kindergarten, I think, was
Crazy
where we learned them.
Yeah. But yeah, I would agree. My favorite song in that one was definitely There's a Lot of Work Out There to Do. And you know what, that particular one, the Johnny Appleseed one, was the most animated of all of them, I would say. Like in the most kind of polished animation. Not that I know much about animation versus you, but it looked more polished.
Like the Goliath had the 101 Dalmatians sketchy more look than the more cleaned up look.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that. So next week we will be watching Dumbo.
Dumbo!
The world's only flying elephant.
The old version.
Yes.
Not the live action.
Not the live action one, though that is eventually on our list to watch. I have decided to save Kristen's brain and actually do them all in order so she can put off watching some of the live actions for a little while. Because I've seen a fair few of them.
I've seen
You've seen
3
of them. 2 of them? You've seen
2.
Cinderella?
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
You haven't seen The Jungle Book?
No.
You haven't seen Dumbo?
No.
Gosh, what else was there?
Aladdin. I haven't seen Aladdin.
Aladdin. Well, we'll get to that eventually.
We'll get to that.
Anyway, yeah, so the next one is the original animated cartoon, Dumbo the Last Flying Elephant, and we'll see you then. Bye!